Hey everybody, how's it going? It's Jeff Newton with Americano Mondays, and we are back with week 5 of the new weekly video series. I guess it's not really new anymore. I've had it for around a month now. And I thought I'd start today off with making some coffee. I actually picked this coffee up from a roaster I had never heard of before, Oddly Correct. They're out of Kansas City. Picked this up yesterday at Maru coffee shop a couple 100 feet away from where I live, which is very dangerous when there's a coffee shop that close. But I'm actually really impressed with it. Here we go, week 5, AM weekly video series. I'm turning 40 years old on Sunday. I'm leaving my 30s this week, and I'm actually gonna become a 40-year-old man, which is so... It definitely does give me continued purpose to say, okay, time is not on my side. I'm not some 20-some-year-old kid who can just kind of take the time and just kind of figure out life and figure out what they want to do. I do not have that luxury. I don't even want that luxury. I want to be hyper-focused. I want to be really driven. This is who I am. I'm working on a book project for Americano Mondays. I'm supporting my family. I have my children. I have my wife who I love, who I care for, and I'm here and I'm gonna freaking rock this out for them no matter what it takes. I'm actually cool with turning 40. Bring on the gray and the beard. I'm okay with that. Thankfully, my wife thinks it's good. She likes it, so all good here. Another thing I wanted to talk about is I have been actively trying to wake up a lot earlier recently. I've been getting up, I used to get up at like 7 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 5:30. For a while, I've been getting up on average around 5 a.m. so I can have my own quiet time. I am gonna be actively, starting tomorrow, taking active steps to, well, active steps is freaking just getting up. I'm gonna be starting to wake up at 4:30 a.m. every morning, which is freaking early, dude, but I need to do it. One, it gives me time to have some quiet time alone. When you have a 3.5-year-old daughter and a 9-month-old son, when you're at home, you really don't get privacy. I love my children, it's cool, but like I do need my own solitude, my own quiet time. I think that it's gonna be very good for me because it's gonna give me extra time to, one, either go run and have a good amount of running time before anybody's even awake. 2, continue my journaling sessions. Being able to have that quiet solitude time of uninterrupted, no Instagram, no Twitter, that's gonna be hard. Spend some time in prayer, spend some time journaling, spend some time just kind of chilling, I think will be very beneficial to my family and to my work and to my artistic expressions. So I'm really excited about it, even though I'm freaking dreading it. It's so interesting, the difference between waking up at 5 a.m. and 4:30 a.m. It's only 30 minutes, but it is like hard. I don't know what it is between those 30 minutes. Your body just says, no, dude, I am not getting up. Ooh, I'm gonna drink this, it's probably cool now. Definitely let it cool. Yeah, yes. Wanted to update real quick on the Americano Mondays book. Really cool, very honored. I have a designer on board now to help out with the next iterations of the book. I know what I know, and I know what I don't know. And I do not know layout and design. That's not my world. It's not a world that I've ever wanted to like excel in. I kind of wish I did now that I'm trying to freaking make a book, but whatever. There's definitely some missing people and some missing coffee shops in it that I would like to have in there. And I want to make sure before I go to print on it that they are in there, because I want to make sure that I have a good representation of the West Coast coffee industry. Unfortunately, this book is definitely going to be more very primarily a West Coast book instead of an East Coast book. Hopefully that's my next one. Because it's a self-published, self-financed, I haven't ever had a chance to get out to the East Coast and spend a considerable amount of time out there. Would love to. There are so many beautiful shops in the East Coast and the Midwest that I would love to have featured, and so many amazing people who are rocking out. Book number 2, I guess, hopefully. We'll see. And there's a possibility I might be kind of splitting these weekly videos up into a 2-video thing, which is kind of crazy, but I have an idea to talk about. I don't want this to become a gear channel at all. I do come with 20+ years of knowledge of the world of photography. I'd be down to share some of that. I think this would be a good time to maybe try this one. Would anybody ever be down to see a Fuji versus Canon, me explaining why I've decided to more focus and utilize my Fuji cameras with Americano Mondays than my workhorse Canon camera for Americano Mondays. But there's an emotional reasoning and there's a logic behind why I'm deciding to go with this over this. Even though both of these cameras produce great images, walking into a coffee shop for people who are not professional models or actors and putting a massive camera with a big lens in their face and a big flash or something like that might be a little more intimidating, whereas I've always found that the Fuji camera is a little bit smaller, and they're actually conversation starters. They're like, oh, that's a cool camera. Let me know if you guys are interested in anything like that, about my reasoning or about the things that I use or my methods for Americano Mondays and just for my personal work. No specs, no blah, 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 megapixels. Who cares about that? It's more about the emotional reasoning and the process that I went through to decide on something, to utilize something or to not utilize something for a project. So yeah, let me know if you're down with it or not. Again, thank you so much. I really appreciate everybody who's taken the time to watch these. I really appreciate the comments. Thank you very much, everybody. I hope you have a good week. I will see you next week when I am 40 freaking years old. It's gonna be cool. Peace.